Here's problem set 66 for Algebra 2 lesson for you. They talk about the signs of fractions first off. So the sign can be right in the middle, so negative 3/4, but it could also be in the top only, negative 3/4, or it could be in the bottom, 3 over negative 4. These are all the same fractions. So for this practice problem at the top of page 279, the only difference here, we're trying to add these two fractions, is, look, it's positive x minus 3. But for this one, it's negative x plus 3. Oh no. What do? Well, if you multiply the top by negative 1 and the bottom by negative 1, you'll see that you get negative here. This negative sign will turn positive, and this positive sign will turn negative. And since you're multiplying both top and bottom by negative 1, it's okay. You're multiplying times 1. So that they now have a common denominator of x minus 3, and now the top is 1 minus negative 7a. Well, that's 1 plus 7a all over x minus 3. And there's your answer. We have a common denominator, we added. Similarly for this one, check it out. X minus 3, this one is 3 minus x. So instead of a positive x and a negative 3, we have a negative x and a positive 3. So we want to change the signs and change the order down here so you can clearly see. So if I multiply the top by negative 1 of this second fraction, let me just write the first one again, plus. Now if I multiply the top by negative 1, I'll get negative 2x plus 3. And if I do the bottom by negative 1, and I put them in the correct order, so negative 1 times negative x is positive x. Negative 1 times positive 3 is negative 3. What do you see? We got the same denominator. So that means that the tops can be added. You have 4x minus 2x. That's 2x. 5 plus 3, 8. All over our common denominator, x minus 3. Second part of the set is the ideal 30, 60, 90 triangle. The way I teach it is, can you count to 3? Then you can understand the ideal 30, 60, 90 triangle. 30, 60, 90, it's 1, 2, radical 3. The length of the one side is opposite of the 30-degree canon. Boom, there it is, 30 degrees, there's the 1. The length of the biggest side is opposite of the 90-degree canon. So you go opposite there, boom, it's 2. And the length of the middle is, if you put in radical 3 to your calculator, you'll see it's between 1 and 2. So the middle angle has to have the middle length. And opposite of the 60-degree canon is radical 3. So when they give you a problem and they say they want you to find, let's see, they say y, x, and 5. And they tell you this is 60. Okay, well look, you have similar triangles now, because this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and you know that the ideal, this is your key to the door for 30, 60, 90 triangles. 1, 2, radical 3. Shortest side, smallest angle. Longest side, opposite of the biggest angle. Middle side, opposite of the middle angle. So if you compare it to this 30, 60, 90 triangle, you can either use scale factor or you can fire the cannons and use ratios. So let's try and find y. So opposite of this 30 is 1. Opposite of this 30 is y. So equals, we're going to have to fire the 90-degree canon because we know the 2 and the 5. If we were to fire the 60, we would get radical 3 here and x on the bottom. 2 variables in one equation is not good. So we're only going to use 1, which means we're going to fire the 90-degree canon 2 over the 90-degree canon 5. You cross multiply, you get 2y equals 5. Solve for y by dividing by 2. There it is. Y is 5/2. There's your lesson set 66. To solve for x, you use the same logic of firing the cannons. It would be radical 3 over x, 60-degree cannons, equals 90-degree cannons, 2 over 5. Cross multiply and solve.